Hello and welcome to another episode of Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 character breakdowns. And in today's video we're technically covering two characters in one package. And that is Goku and Vegeta, and when they do the fusion dance, they turn into Gogeta. No, not that one, the old one, back before Super was a thing, you know, the one with the cool halo and the orange jacket, yep, that one. And you might be wondering, Gogeta? Who is Gogeta, and why does he look so intense? I don't know how to describe it. Well, let me give you a little bit of a rundown on who Gogeta is and what he does. He fucking kills the main villain of the Janemba movie within 5 minutes of appearing. Not even that, I'd say like 2 minutes. My man literally was spawned in and saw a speedrun timer in the top left. He got that done, bro. He absolutely came in, just absolutely smacked around Janemba like he was like a cheap prostitute in the Wild West era. Like, my man just did not have a chance. Like, it wasn't even close. And people say that Broly got thrashed by Gogeta. No, Janemba didn't even get the chance to really do damage. He connected a punch straight to the forehead that you could play crossword on, and no damage was taken. Nothing happened. My man stood there and ate that. He ate that like a feast. Like that one religious image of Jesus at the final feast. You know, he ate that. All the wine and bread, no, he devoured that. Like, my man is built different. Gogeta was there at the final supper. Okay, let's not get too excited here. So yeah, in short, Gogeta is the fusion of Goku and Vegeta, specifically from the Janemba movie. That's pretty much it. Like, there's nothing else to really say about Gogeta. He kind of just spawns, gets the job done, and then you never see him again. So yeah, other than that, pretty cool character design, pretty cool appearance. Like, it's one thing to just immediately just come in and destroy the main villain of the movie within like 2 minutes. It's another thing to have a long-lasting impact on the franchise within the games. And speaking of the games, how does Gogeta play? Well, my friends, come with me as we take a deep dive look at Gogeta in Raging Blast 2. And as always, we start with his super attacks. Okay, starting off a tad generic here, we got the Super Kamehameha. It is a generic energy wave that can be clashed with, blocked, nullified, collected, you know, all the same drill. I don't really think I need to say anything else about this move. It's an energy blast. It looks kind of cool, I guess. But otherwise, it's just, you know, projectile. Let's move on. Okay, I don't know why he has this. It's cool, I guess, but he also has Final Flash, which is just another Super Kamehameha. It is cool, though. I do like that he has Final Flash, because not many characters have this move as a super attack. Thank you, voice crack. So it's cool to have Gogeta have this move, even if it's like a really generic and like, you know, energy projectile. Because, you know, it could be Flash, nullified and whatnot. It's basically the same as any other projectile in this game. Still though, Final Flash is a rarer sight, so I don't mind it being here. Let's move on to another super attack. Instant Transmission! The first time we'll be talking about Instant Transmission in this little character series. So basically how this works is that when you activate the Instant Transmission, you teleport directly behind your opponent. Even if they're next to a barrier, you will teleport behind them and move them out the way. I don't get how that works either, but trust me, that's just how it is. Now, normally you'd be like, well, what's the point in that? You know, it's just a teleport. Well, if you knock your opponent away and then use Instant Transmission, you will teleport behind them and stop the opponent in their tracks, allowing you to continue on with another combo, which I think is really cool. And you can string this together as many times as you want, provided you have the key to spare and that you don't, you know, repeat smash attacks to send the opponent like twirling forward. I think Instant Transmission is a pretty neat move. You can also use it for evasive purposes if you want to. Like, it can work like that. But honestly, it's just more stronger and beneficial if you use it during combos and stuff. Cool little move, cool mechanics. I dig it. I like Instant Transmission. Let's move on. The signature skill, I'm not going to take too much of your time on this because it's kind of just a copy-paste of Goku's signature skill. Basically how it works is if you tap the button to perform a signature skill, you'll kind of just stagger the opponent. Which is fine, it can be a good combo interrupter. Like, it can be good to like pause the combo and then move on to something else. It has its uses, but if you hold the button, you will tell that you've like used a hold version because the camera will change and your attacks will sound more powerful. And then when you land this move, it will send your opponent flying backwards. And you can follow up with super attack or an ultimate attack if you want to. It is blockable, counterable, and you know, the whole shabam, you get the idea now. However, the teleport is very generous and you can usually do this during combos and stuff. So don't worry about it being like really stubby or really useless, because it can cook, you just kind of need to experiment a bit in order to find out how to exactly string it together. Very solid signature skill. It's a shame it's kind of a copy-paste though, but it is what it is. It gets the job done. It's very useful to the character. It allows for, you know, combo potential. It blends well with his moveset. It's not a detriment. Pretty good. Let's move on to some more super attacks. Alright, first time covering Finish Sign. Not going to take too much time here because it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, Finish Sign, it buffs the power of the next super attacks, but the main purpose of Finish Sign is that it will buff the power tremendously of the next ultimate attack to perform for one time only. Until you prop the skill again, of course, but you know what I mean. Pretty straightforward buff move. It's basically for if you have high tension and you want to give it a little bit more damage, then just pop Finish Sign and then throw the ultimate out immediately afterwards. It's more beneficial that way. Pretty cool move, pretty beneficial buff move. Let's move on to some more additional super attacks. Ladies and gentlemen, the only Big Bang Kamehameha in the game, and it belongs to Super Saiyan Gogeta. Wow. But I don't have any complaints about this. I mean, it's a charge type projectile, so it's a tad generic. You know, it can be blocked, deflected, nullified, absorbed, you know, all the whole shebang. But honestly, I don't really mind because of how, like, scarce this attack is in this game. And the cool, like, beam design and stuff. Like, visually, this looks really nice. It doesn't look imposing or threatening, but I think that's kind of the magic of it. It's like a big bang attack being led by, like, a string. It looks really cool. It's like a really nice aesthetic choice. I'm not entirely sure why they made it a chargeable projectile like Kamehameha and stuff, but like, I'm not complaining. It actually benefits a lot. The damage increase isn't that noticeable. If there is any flaw with this move, it's the fact that the charge can take a little while to come out, so you might be left hanging for a bit. Unlike other moves like the Kamehameha and Gadget Gun that are a lot faster to charge and then throw out, I think Big Bang Kamehameha suffers from a little bit of a drag, but it is what it is. It's a charged projectile. There's not really much I can expect from this. Let's move on. Super Explosive Wave. The big boy cousin of the Explosive Wave. It's basically just a bigger and more cinematic version of the move. It's big AoE damage. And that's basically it. But defensively, you can use this to nullify projectile super attacks and projectile ultimate attack. You know, that's pretty cool. So not only do you have a big offensive AoE move, you also have a big AoE defensive move that you can use to completely negate any and all big time damage moves. As long as you get it off in time, obviously. But that's down to you. Well, yeah. The Super Explosive Wave isn't that different from its smaller cousin. It's just kind of the same move but bigger. I mean, Super would obviously give that away. So yeah. Pretty fun move. Pretty cool move. And it's very useful whenever you need to get rid of dangerous attacks and or get people away from it. Alright, I think I've covered every super attack now. Let's move on to the ultimate attack. Okay, this is where I get more bored here because function-wise, it's just generic dash attack. You dash towards opponents, you do cinematic attack. It can be blocked, nullified, countered, etc. and so forth. But visually, oh mama, now this is a Stardust breaker. Very fast and to the point. So, and the whole projectile connected with the opponent, causing them to like basically implode into a big white glow is just really nice. But yeah, enough of me glazing the visual side of this move. It's just, you know, dash ultimate attack. I mentioned this in the Deborah video where like, I don't really get too excited about these types of moves because it's just, you know, it's a cinematic dash move. There's not really much to explain here in terms of how it benefits you and stuff. It's just If you can land a dash super attack, you can land a dash ultimate attack. It basically follows the same logic. Very rarely are these moves unblockable, but it's cool. It's a cool ultimate. It gets the job done. But otherwise, yeah, a tad generic for my taste. So yeah, there's Gogeta. Honestly, a very projectile-heavy character. I was not expecting 3 projectile beams and a single character. But I guess it happens. I'm just glad the ultimate attack isn't a projectile. Like, I don't think my heart would be able to take 4 projectile attacks on one character. I think I would go insane. So overall, I'd have to say Gogeta is just solid. Like, he's widely considered one of the game's top tiers, and I can see why. He definitely has the fluidity and combo potential to make up for it. It's not like he's inherently bad or inherently terrible. Like, he has pretty much everything he needs. He has a way to combat from afar. He has a way to combat in close quarters. He has a way to keep combos going. He has a way to empower what matters most, such as his super and ultimate attacks. He has a way to get close to the opponent with instant transmission. Like, he has everything, and like, it's kind of scary how good this character is for how little they gave him. So overall, I'd have to say Gogeta is pretty solid. Like, I'm not complaining about how they made him all. But you guys will have to let me know what you think. Let me know who you want to see next, and let me know what you think of Gogeta. And hey, if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I really do appreciate it, and it motivates me to continue making this content. So to end things off, I'm just going to give you a small match of Gogeta against, Broly, because this isn't the Super Broly, but there was a fight between him and ZBZ Broly in one of the Budokai Tenkaichi intros, so I figured I'd just, go ahead and recreate that, because why not? But yeah, thank you all for watching up to this point. I appreciate you. And as always, I'll see you all in the next content. Peace out and enjoy the gameplay footage.
Kakaroto? 俺はカカロットじゃない。俺はお前を倒すものだ。Meh!